Hi, I'm Mr. Bell. I teach business studies here at Exeter School with Mr. McIntosh. For many of you, business studies might be a new subject, but that's nothing to worry about, as the course is designed for those of you who've got no prior knowledge of the course. And of course, Mr. McIntosh and myself are very experienced, and also I think we're quite approachable. Now, the course is very broad in its scope and structured into 10 individual units. And at undergraduate level, you can then branch off and specialise in one of those. In the lower sixth, we have, after a unit where we introduce the course, for example, where we classify different types of businesses, we're going to look at the different functional areas, things like human resources, marketing, accounts and operations. And then in the upper sixth, we apply those and use them to think about strategies. For example, COVID-19 at the minute has led Sainsbury's to close all their Argos stores, or we might look at technology. Technology has meant that productivity in Amazon warehouses has increased by about 400%, and they might eventually lead to the complete automation of that process. We use a variety of teaching methods while we're doing this, but generally, we're trying to help you, and we do what you need, and we like to use case studies, things on YouTube and in the Financial Times, and use those as a basis for discussion. So, for example, this week we've been looking at why Supreme is so expensive. That's fairly typical of the kind of thing we do. Up-to-date modern stuff that you can use to reflect upon in the real world around you. Our results are very good. Often pupils get their best result in this subject, and they almost always go on to Russell Group universities if they decide to do business studies at the graduate level. In addition to the teaching and learning, we do a variety of enrichment activities. We have a base accounting competition, there's a young enterprise, of course, we have the student investor programme, and in normal times we go on trips near and far. Now, if you have any questions, you could email us, but I'd like to now introduce a pupil to tell you about the course. Florence is in the Upper Sixth, and she's currently studying business studies with us here in the department. Morning, Florence.
Hello.
First question for you, can I ask you, why is it that you decided to choose business studies as an A-level?
So I decided to choose business studies in A-level because I hadn't studied anything like it before. I wanted to try a new subject, something that was unlike my other subjects.
Okay, so obviously you enjoy business studies, but what could you try and explain something? Why do you like it? Is there anything particularly you like about it for people listening?
So I really enjoy how I can relate what we're learning in the classroom to the outside world, especially with obviously what's going on at the moment. It's really interesting to see how issues like coronavirus is affecting the business and seeing how we can relate things. I really enjoy doing the practical learning, such as the Student Investor Challenge, which we did last year, where we had stock.
Portfolio, didn't you?
Where we had a active portfolio, and it was really interesting to see. It was like an insight into the real world almost.
Okay, nice. Okay, so business studies would have been a new subject to you, so you studied all these at GCSE, you decided to start something new. Was that okay? Was that difficult? How was that managed? Was it something
Obviously it was a bit apprehensive at first. Like I said, never done anything like it before. Wasn't sure whether I was going to enjoy it or not, but turns out I really, really enjoyed it, hence I'm doing it this year. And if anything, I was more excited than nervous to start it, to start a new subject. To have a fresh subject that we hadn't done before.
It's a new challenge, I suppose.
Yeah.
So finally, beyond A-level, what does the future hold for you, Florence?
Well, I enjoyed business so much that I've actually decided to go on to study business at university. So all the skills and everything I've learnt in studying business for these last 2 years will definitely help me in my further education, and it'll just give me loads of options in the future.
Absolutely. Okay, thanks, Florence.
Thank you.